Flats track runs between Williamsons Spur track and Donnellys Creek Road, is located within the Aberfeldy River catchment. There's also an old section of track down the eastern side at the lower end of the track, which is extremely difficult, and so we'll look at that in some detail later in the video. So here we are leaving Williamsons Spur track. There are two ways of dropping down into flats track. The easternmost entrance, which is this one, has a big rocky section you need to pop down. It's probably the more difficult. The easier side is to the west. Track just cruises down the hill. It's a really easy four-wheel drive track. However, further down there are some pretty decent slopes. See here we're in the 20-degree range, so things are getting pretty steep. A couple of hairpins you need to negotiate, nothing really difficult. Just some really steep sections. The track's really good condition though. So we rated this, the normal track, as a medium track. It's a pretty reasonable track to pass down. Okay, so we get to this bend, and this is where the old track heads straight ahead and the new track, or the normal track, goes to the left. We decided we would head down the old track because we'd seen some videos. Warning, this section is extremely difficult. Do not enter this track from the top without walking it first, because there is no tomorrow once you get down into that rutted section. And this country is super steep. It's in the 24 to 25 degree slope. I just want to reiterate, this is an extremely difficult section of track. Do not go down here unless you've walked it and are comfortable with these sorts of track conditions. So you can start to see the track's really rutted. I went left, took the chicken track. And here, if it's a very technical piece of four-wheel driving, if you make one mistake, you're going to pop your car on its side at the best, and at the worst, you're rolling. Here we are, you can start to see how cut up the track is. I've seen some videos on YouTube, and to be honest, I thought they were hamming it up, coming up the track. Having now done the track, it is absolutely a very difficult track to drive. I did this in an 80 series and it makes it look really easy, but the track is not. You can see here we're putting the car on some fairly severe side angles. So just to remind you that this is on around about a 25-degree angle, so this is quite steep. You can see my mate Scott in his 80 series in front of us had diffed out there. He got his wheel in the rut and crawled down that right hand side, just off that wall. So I 100% would not go down this track unless you've come down here and walked it. So I'm just putting it out there. I don't want to send anyone down this track thinking it's an easy track based on my video. This is extremely steep country. Unfortunately, the front camera, because of the angle, doesn't pick up the GPS very well, so I can't show you the track slopes when we're showing the front view. Ouch, that's my front diff scraping along the rut. this is sort of millimetre precision driving. You make a mistake, you are on your side, 100%. So once again, getting through these tracks is all about line selection and where you put your wheels. So here we are coming out at the bottom, thank God. This is a pretty scary track to do. I'll freely admit that. Here's the boys taking a well-earned break. And from here on in, the track's a fairly straightforward drive down to Donnellys Creek Road. The normal track runs around to the left, and it's actually quite an easy drive, so it's quite a safe track to do. And here we are popping out on Donnellys Creek Road. Okay, I hope you enjoyed the video. Catch you out there.